Hey everyone, welcome back to Spark Planner Live. It has been a while since I've done a video, and with that, I already recorded this at one point, and then I checked to put the clips together, and I realized that my audio was not on. So this is take 2 or even take 3. But today we are going to be talking about my fitness plan, my journey for the next 4 months. I am going to be sharing what I am going to be putting into my planner. So if you haven't seen my setup of this, I'll have it linked down below. And with this, I am getting rid of most of my planners and just sticking to 2. So I am going to have my writing and then my everything else, so my catch-all. I had multiple ones and it was just too hard to keep up with, and I just want to simplify. I'm going to be using less stickers. With that, I'm actually going to be trying to use up my stickers and only purchasing things that I think that will help me with productivity. I'm just at the stage where I have a lot going on. I'm trying to build my author career, and I just need to be as minimal as possible. And so with that, we are just having everything in one planner. So this is the Angel Shop. This is a B6. I have it in a traveler's notebook from Paperbound Creations. It's on Etsy. And so it's a horizontal layout, and right now I'm actually going to be trying to hit vertical to see how it is, but you have your weekly, your monthly, and then you have all this awesome grid papers, which I'll be using as my daily, so I'm excited for that. But that is what I'll be using for the next 6 months. So I'm going to show you what I have going on the portion in regards to the fitness pages. I think it's really going to be helpful, and I'm excited that I'll be able to start that. I believe it is May 29th or 8th, so that first week of June. But without further ado, let's talk about what I'm going to be doing, what my goal is for the next 4 months, and take a look at my planner. So let's do this. Okay guys, we are on the exciting part, which is adding my fitness tracker into my new planner. So if you haven't seen one of my previous videos, it was setting up. This is the Angel Shop B6. It has Tomoe River paper, and I set it up with these front pages as my habit tracker, and you can see that I started doing it for the month of May and haven't finished up the project planner pages, but then I have here is May going on, and I started, which this will be for the first week of June, and it's really cool. So it has the weekly, they are horizontal, but I did them as vertical going this way, and then there's daily pages as well, so I have those for the first week set up. But we are going into the back, which has some dot grid paper that I'm going to be using for various trackers as I go throughout the next 6 months in this planner, and I added a little health tab here. So I have decided to be more rigorous with my fitness. I really want to increase my muscle definition and tone up. And doing that, I am going to be including now weight training into my fitness routine. So I've read the book Racing Weight, which is about getting into your leanest self for racing, particular in running. It's really great for endurance athletes, but I feel like anyone could kind of do it. They have some really great information on doing diet quality scoring, so not tracking calories or macros. You just do it based on if it's a high or low quality for the food. Makes it really simple. But so I kind of did in pencil the layout of what I want just to kind of make this a lot easier. And then in the back here, I'm going to do some meal ideas of go-to. So if I'm struggling to find something to eat, I could look here, boom, breakfast, eggs is whatever quality score, it's good to meet what I need to do. And so we are going to be putting this together. So I have little printouts from the book that I decided to print out because I didn't want to draw this. So basically, we're just going to walk through and then go over what I'm going to be doing and what other information on this page, which I haven't laid out, is for what else I'm going to be tracking besides my weight. So let's, I guess, start with the sticker portion because it's a lot easier and it's already done. So right here, this is going to be on the scoring. And so you have, let's see if I can zoom you guys in. So we have fruits, vegetables, lean meats, fish, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and dairy. So the amount of servings you get will be, so if you have 2, these are 2 points for your second serving, third serving, and then as it goes on, right? And then you can get into negatives on some of them. And then you have your low quality, which is your refined grains, sweets, fried food, and fatty proteins. So those are all negatives. And I believe in the book it was saying that you want to be in like the 20s or so, which I feel like could be easy, could be hard. I guess it all kind of depends. But we have that sticker. And then the next one is when to eat for working out. So 2 to 4 hours prior, you need to have your carbs. And then your workout, you need hydration and carbs. And then after, you need hydration, carbs, and protein. So that is pretty helpful as well. And I'm still trying to figure out when's the best time to work out for my schedule because, if I could get this, I just finished my second Cozy Mystery, and with that, it means we have to go back to drafting book 3. And so with that, I'm really excited, but I typically do all my drafting in the morning just because I have a better creative mind in the morning than as the day goes on, because I've done that little challenge that what was my best sprint time and all that. I think I have a video on it, so if you want to check that out, it is available. So this one is a little harder to see. I could have made it a bigger, but this is when to eat, essentially. So the timing of your nutrition. So if you're doing a morning workout, that's how it should be laid out for your morning, your midday, your afternoon, and your evening. If you do a midday workout, so I'd call that like around 9 to 10 a.m., that's how you should do breakfast first, then you do your workout, you have your afternoon snack, dinner, all that, and then your afternoon workout. And then if you do 2 workouts a day, so if you do morning and afternoon, how you're gonna have that laid out. So this is kind of really nice. So on those days I have to work out later, this is a great option to have on hand. Okay, so I just added a cute little title, The Racing Weight, and I did this all in pencil. So if you want to do this as well, you'll need to know what your current body weight and your current body fat is. And then you'll need to do a calculation, which is your lean body mass equals your current weight times your current lean body mass percentage. And that would be essentially the percentage, so out of 100, what your current weight is, which includes your lean body mass as well as the fat component. So you'd be removing what the fat component is, getting that into a percentage, and then multiplying that. So then you get how many pounds of lean body mass you have. And then from there, you would have your optimal weight, which equals your lean body mass, divided by your optimal lean body percentage. So you know that you have this amount of lean body mass, and then what your optimal body percentage would be. You would just calculate that because you'd know how much fat would be in based off of what your weight is, and then you'd get your optimal weight, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And that's what I have in the top, and then I have my segments, so from 120 to 135. So my starting weight is 131 pounds, and so some people might be like, oh, that's not a lot, you don't need to lose weight, but the goal is here not to lose, it's to, I guess, not to lose weight in the sense of fat, it's to lose, to gain muscle. So, right, this is just what I'm doing, just showing you how I'm doing my tracking in case you're interested and how I'm using a planner. So what I'm going to do is now erase all of this, and I'm going to be using these Frixon clicker pens, which I got because I have a really cool thing I discovered that is going to be for my plotting for my next book using note cards, and so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to be using these. These are really cool. They're erasable, and so let's just get to it. So you might be wondering how you could get your body fat percentage. There's a few ways. I have this scale that does it. So it is not 100% accurate, right? So it's just giving us a little idea. But I'm just taking the body fat percentage right here, the 26.6%. And I did this on May 2nd, so I didn't do it right at May 1st, but at least it gives me a good starting point. So another thing is, you might be wondering where I got the optimal lean body percentage, and that had to do with, there is a chart in the book that goes over if you're in this percentage, I think it goes to from like 25% to 30% of body fat. You need to move up 5 points on this scale. And so that puts me right around the 77% marker for that. So now I have my chart here. And I'm really worried about it because I don't really have anything to make straight lines. Can you use this washi card? Okay, there we have it. So I have this all laid out, and so this is actually my starting point. Or yes, I'm a little over that, but that'll be okay. So what this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the next 6 months, I will track where I am and then highlight into each of this. And so I think it's kind of cool. And I really like how this kind of has turned out. So I have that tracking. I have my quality, my when to eat for workouts, and then I'll do meal ideas. And so my other information that I think I'm going to track has to do with some old information that I found. So back in September of 2015, I went and got the bod pod done. And crazy enough, I am pretty much around the same as what I was 8 years ago. So I have my body fat percentage is 28%. My scale is saying I'm more 26, but that's not accurate. This is, I would say, more true. And then, body mass is 59 kilograms, which is around 130. So that's about true. And so here it's saying I am in that moderately lean section. So I'm for good health. What I really like is if you're counting macros, it has here my energy expenditure. So what I need to consume. And yes, this has probably changed because with age, all that stuff. And what I've noticed is, okay, I typically have been eating around that 1,400 calories. And that's for sedentary. I would say, more low active to active. So I have been consuming way less than what I need to. So then why haven't I been able to kind of lose the weight? So that kind of has to go into the factor is I think I've been eating too little. And so my body is just kind of having a little of a standstill. So what I've done is on the handy dandy MyFitnessPal. So this is what I use for tracking. Is I changed my calories to be 1,700. So I'm going to try for the next month or so to eat 1,700. Now, my goal is to hit my macros, which I went for 45% in the carbs, 20% in the fat, and 35% in the protein because I really want to get more protein in. And as you can see, for today, I did not meet it. Yesterday, I definitely did not. The day before, not. And it's really hard to get that protein. So that is what I have been doing. But what is also cool is they have, which I need to log in to show you guys, but they have the daily quality score, which is that cool little chart here. There is an app for it, so you could track that way. So I need to get an account going, and so I could track that as well. But going back to what I have for my bod pod is I have this information. And then I went into some other information that I had back when I did personal training in preparation for my full marathon I did back in 2017, I believe. And so with that, I started in September, and then I did 4 months. And so I started at 128 was my pounds, which is relatively to what I am doing. And as you can see, after the first month, from 125 to 124, 123, 121, and then at the end of January to 119. That is perfect because that will hit me in my 124 pounds that I need to be in. And I was looking around 25% body fat, right? They use the little handheld thing. And so I have this information as well. So, right, the lean body mass, the fat weight, that's just base calculations, and then the inches lost. So I have these other measurements here. So neck, shoulders, chest, waist, hips, right arm, right thigh, right calf. So I have all that, which is really cool because then you could see over time, right, things have gotten less, which I use in my here, what is this called? In the app that is for my scale, I am able to do that tracking as well. And I can't remember when I did this last, but from here on out, I will do it. So it's really cool is that I could then compare. So let's do comparison. So neck 12.5. So that is where I'm started. 12.5. Great. Shoulders 40 inches. I was at 39. And actually, as I went down in body fat, I strengthened up my shoulders, so I'm at 40. So I'm still about the same. The waist went from 28 down to 26, and I'm at 26.9. So my waist has pretty much stayed same. The hips, 36. So I'm back at that starting point. Bicep 10.5. That's where I am. Thigh, I'm at 20.5. That has gotten a lot larger than 19. Oh, I'm looking at the left. So 21 to 19.5. So right there we have something to work on. And then right calf 13.5. That stayed the same. So basically I am going back to this September and we're going to work on that. So I also have these cool training things of what I did, how many reps I did. I do not have all this equipment, so I will not be able to do everything, but at least it gives me an idea of like, okay, I did sprinter kicks, 2x15, 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, right? And then I did a hammer curl, curtsy lunge, inverted rows. So I have all this information, which means I just need to look at it and essentially figure out what my game plan is. So I have that, and it's pretty cool. Then there were these, which I don't know if they were really relevant or not. I think this was just kind of showing what I needed to do for each week. But that is that. And on this sheet as well, it had, they kind of just show you some good options for proteins, carbs, veggies, and fats. And for breakfast, snack, lunch, they tell you kind of when to do it and what to have from like this list. So pick one protein, one carb, that kind of thing. So it's kind of a good resource. So I have all that information, and so on this last page here, I think I'm going to get those measurements done. But I hope you guys enjoyed me setting this up, what I'm going to be tracking. And I think I'm going to do maybe like a monthly update and kind of go over the progress and maybe what workouts I'm doing and more on that. If you are interested in doing more of this fitness journey, how to, get more muscles, I guess, in a busy life. So I think that is it. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.